Before we start today's event, I had a small announcement to be made. A lot of our members have been complaining about the communication and stuff. So we automated all our communication methods. So you'll only be receiving emails and SMSs. So please make sure you check your emails more often, so at least you know what's happening in why. Okay, so coming to today's event, a design dialogue, an entrepreneur's creative workshop. What does this mean? Creativity is something that the more you use, the more you have. Yet there are times when all of us are stuck in situations or scratching our bracelets to come up with innovative solutions for problems and stuff. As we go along today's event, you get an idea as to how A, you use creativity to solve your work or personal issues, maintain work-life balance. B, creative entrepreneurship, how has become a key driver in today's economic and social development. As many of you know, I come from a creative background myself. I'm a graphic designer. Long ago, when I started, I was only into stationery and things like that. One day, I had a client come to me. She was like, can you make something for my husband's 40th birthday, something very naughty? I said, okay, it's not something that I had done. I was afraid I wouldn't, probably live up to her expectations or something. But yeah, I still did it for her. And it did go off well. Made me realize now when I look back, like how it's opened up a lot of avenues for me in work, new avenues, new discoveries. And then made life more interesting, more fun. And trust me, I can get very naughty now when I'm doing hampers for people. So I guess what I'm trying to say is it just shows that you have to let go of your fear of being wrong to live creatively. As Einstein said, creativity is intelligence having fun. It's the way of operating. It's not a talent, it's the way how you live daily. Going beyond the box, seeing what other people don't see. You might at times think I'm being totally moronic, totally silly, utterly waste of my time. But whatever that is that you're doing, do it, just keep doing it. And trust me, by the end of it, it'll help you change your thinking, your perspective, solve your problems, come up with your solution. And in the process, it'll change you forever. Hoping by end of today's event, you find creative answers to your questions. Keeping that in mind, I would like to invite Radha and Siddharth, the Indian School of Design in Parsons, Mumbai, to take this evening forward. And without their support, this event would not have been possible. Thank you.
Thank you. Before we get into the school and what we teach and who we're about, I think it's important that we can teach you a few design lessons if possible, maybe not all that our kids learn, but one or two of them. So we have a marshmallow challenge. So we have some kits made for you where we have spaghetti. I actually went and bought this spaghetti last evening, so now I know all types of spaghetti and which ones have the highest tensile strength. So spaghetti, you have some paper tape, you have some string and one marshmallow. The aim of this challenge, of course, is to break up into teams of 4. Okay, Manisha says teams of 4. She's faculty with us, so all of us have to listen to what she says. So teams of 4. A few rules, not too many. So the person who builds the largest structure and can balance the marshmallow on top wins. The reason being is that they spend most of their time planning and less time executing. So there's one lesson in there. Now, who are the people who do well? Any guesses? Who does the best? Artists? Experimental? What did you say? Kindergarten. But you've done the challenge, so that's why you know. Okay, so it's actually kindergarten kids, and why do they do it well? Is because every layer that they create, they are so curious, they want to know what happens, they want to break the structure immediately, or they want to see where the stress is. So they put the marshmallow every step. Was there anyone who kept doing that to see if their statue balanced at every step? Yeah? And it's balancing together. But I'm going to call upon Radha, who's going to talk a little bit about the school. And we'll talk to you about the programs we do, a little bit about our philosophy, and then we have one more exercise for you, which Ananda will carry out for us.
I don't know how we keep our staff in the school. So basically, I think last decades have belonged to lawyers, doctors, accountants, very sort of traditional sort of careers. But I think today it's all about the creative field. So basically, I think today we need like a whole new mind, as which Dan Pink has beautifully written in his book, that the future basically belongs to artists, designers, inventors, big picture thinkers. So what we try to do with the school is try to integrate design and business in our teaching. So basically, so design, which is the product of the right brain, and also commercialization of design, which is basically right brain. So how do you combine the two together? So in our program, we try to incorporate it to be forward-thinking, reflect the Indian of design, as the design is, the school is obviously Indian constitution, as the name suggests. It's the Indian School of Design and Innovation. Somehow Indian design has sort of lost its identity, lost its cultural integrity, and its validity as a cultural icon. So what we want to do is really bring Indian design to the forefront and really revive that. Programs are multidisciplinary, so they're basically collaborative approach, and wanted to be like research focused and to produce socially responsible students. So
So when we actually started out to set up the school, a lot of us said that there are so many schools which are startup schools, and why would the student come to you? Right? That's a question. No one's heard of basically Indian School of Design and Innovation, what it does. We're very confident about our faculty, the people we've hired, the people who work with us. But we said we need some form of branding, right? Again, packaging. How do you get people on board? Just about that time, actually, Parsons, the new school, of course, which is, I call it, I'm not a designer, so my background is actually business education. So I always call it the Harvard of design. Maybe right, maybe wrong, but we decided that we need a good association with the foreign institution so that we could learn from their best practices and set up a school that can really make a difference in India. The other thing is that a lot of students are looking for opportunities in India. Despite what CNBC or our news channels have been saying for the past couple of months, India is still pretty much where the opportunities are and where students want to be. We said, why send them to Parsons when we can bring Parsons to Mumbai? At the same time, Parsons has of course set up another campus in Paris, and this is part of the international hub. So kids can study here, they can go to New York, they can go to Paris. So it's a very different model of education. The model is where the academic curriculum is of course sent by them. We develop it, we localize it. So for example, when they're talking about the Washington Bridge, we're talking about Sea-Link and issues with that. And another interesting example is when they talk about, we don't have the MoMA and the Met Museum, but we do have the Chhatrapati Shivaji Vastu Sangrahalaya, as well as the Bhagad Museum. So how do we bring both the cultures together? So give them an international framework, but give them an Indian education. Students have an opportunity to go abroad after their second year at the undergraduate level. At the postgraduate level, there are different student exchange opportunities. So you can be enrolled in ISTE as well and go to Parsons and get a Parsons degree at the end of it. But we currently are giving our own diplomas because we want our kids to stay in India. We currently offer undergraduate diplomas, which are 4 years. There's fashion, there's communication design, there's product design, and there's interior design. And I've requested 2 of my faculty from the postgraduate department to stay back, and they're going to talk to you about our fashion business management program, which is a very interesting program, and a creative entrepreneurship program, which we're actually developing for Parsons. So Parsons is helping us with developing our undergraduate curriculum, and we're helping them develop their postgraduate curriculum. I'm going to call upon Poonam to briefly talk to you about fashion business management, and then we have Anando Datta, who will talk to us about creative entrepreneurship. So,
hi, it's a pleasure to be on stage with you. I'm going to talk about the Fashion Business Management Program. It's a postgraduate program which we are introducing this year at ST. Fashion, I'm sure, entices all of us, some less and some more, but it's an essential dose of our everyday life. And the Fashion Business Management Program addresses the business of the fashion industry. Unlike the design program, here we learn more about the business aspects of the industry. So these are the brands which we are aware of and wear mostly. Now, who are the people who bring these brands to us? Who are the people who decide what's going to be showcased under these brands? The people who market these brands? This is what the course entails. It's divided into 3 parts. The first one is fashion system orientation. Here we'll tell you about the industry, because the course is devised for people from all streams, from liberal arts, commerce, science, any faculty. They can come and join the course. So some of them are not aware of the industry, so we'll teach them about the structure of the industry, the trends, forecasts. Designers every year put up their collections on the runway, and then they come up to the stores where you and me buy from for a particular price. It's a very serious business. So there's somebody who decides what color is going to be the trend this season, what shapes, what sizes should be more, or other aspects of it, what price, very important. And a merchandising manager or a buyer takes care of this aspect of the business. The markets, the commercials, PR, advertising, and of course entrepreneurship, where you can develop skills to set up your own shop, businesses. Apart from that, the program also provides you with an internship opportunity to be able to get some amount of work exposure and a network with people in the industry. So we look forward to the association. Thank you.
I'm here to talk about another different course that we decided to set up, largely because we felt that most design people or people who work in creative businesses and advertising agencies and who set up their own creative shops find it difficult to manage their firms. And it's very complicated because A, you have to design, and B, you have to ensure that your design is earning you money. And on occasions we found that, if you keep your focus on one area of work, you don't essentially manage to also understand what's happening on the business side of your enterprise. So we felt that a lot of designers felt that they were being taken for a ride because of the fact that they didn't know what was going on in the rest of the area. So we tried to set this up essentially for people who will set up creative shops or people who will use creative thinking in the line of business that they are in. So broadly, we developed this 9-month program, which took us through the journey of what an organization needs right from the beginning or setting up of the organization to actually being a part of the public domain, which means that if the company was to be sold, how should a person or an individual set up these large frameworks of conducting business. So as you will see, we set up with branding. On the one hand, we covered areas of legal and intellectual property rights. We talked about international trade practices. We talked about accounts and finance, things which generally people in the creative businesses falter on. So that's about broadly the course. Now let's get back to having some fun. The next exercise that we have is a little different. Is about how do we go about taking a product which is largely Indian, which is generally not looked upon as, say, something that you would get at a mall, but it is pretty much a part of our life, yeah? And we all love using and eating the chicken. So we devised this stuff, which is this exercise, which is called the Chicken Challenge. What we want you to do is you still have your groups intact, right? Yeah. Now, in your groups, we want you to see how you're going to brand this, what kind of name are you going to give this, and how are you going to package it, which will be different from this. It can't be the same. Right? So what we do is once you're done, then you could actually present this to us, and then we try and see who's learned how much and what we could have done to improve on the ideas that you've come up with. I also added this slide, which will remain on for the course of time that you're doing this. I've listed out a certain set of things here. Who is the product made for? Who the user is? This is something that you have to decide for your brand, your product, whichever chicken you decide to name it as. How the product will be used? Yeah. Where is the product likely to be sold? Yeah. Who the competitors are and what do they look like if they have, and how are you going to be different from them?